Ferrari is a name that is synonymous with luxury and high-performance sports cars. Since its inception in 1947, Ferrari has built some of the most iconic cars in automotive history, with a reputation for innovation, speed, and style. Ferrari has produced some of the most expensive and exclusive cars ever made, coveted by car enthusiasts worldwide. In this video, we will explore the top 10 most expensive Ferraris ever made. But before starting the video, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to never miss out on any of our videos. Number 10. 1961 Ferrari 250 GT SWB California Spider, $18.64 million. The 1961 Ferrari 250 GT SWB California Spider is the first car ever sold at auction for more than $10 million. But in 2015, it set a new sales record, selling for a sizable $18.64 million. The sporty two-door convertible is undeniably stylish, but it's also incredibly fast. The SWB California Spider is so special because it's one of those rare cars whose value transcends its financial worth, and it's a very user-friendly car to drive. The scarcity and desirability have been steadily rising sale prices of these cars. Despite the fact that this specific vehicle was more than half a century old when it sold, it was in its original condition, having never been restored. While this might have deterred some buyers, the fact that all its components are original might have boosted its value. Number 9. 1954-1959 Ferrari 0432M, $20 million. Like Porsche, Ferrari cars have a long history of competing in international racing competitions, including the 24 Hours of Le Mans events. In fact, many Ferrari cars have helped drivers earn top positions and prizes in these well-touted competitions. This mid-century competition car also has a distinct body design with droplet-like front headlight panels that swoop upward around the front tires and a wide mouth at its front. The engine is a prototype for the infamous 250 GT, which might be why this vehicle managed to secure a win after racing the 1954 12 Hours of Hires event. Even though this Ferrari was once a race car, it's enjoyed some notably luxurious updates throughout its lifetime. When it sold for $20 million in 2019, it featured red leather seats, polished dashboard dials, and a sparkling white and blue exterior. Number 8. 1955 Ferrari 410 Sport Spider, $22 million. The Ferrari Spider is one of the most sought-after vehicles in the world, regardless of its precise model and release year. It should come as no surprise that the 1955 Ferrari 410 Sport Spider is one of the priciest Ferraris on the planet. One cherry red version of this highly coveted competition car even sold for $22 million when it went to auction in 2022. This particular vehicle competed at the 1956 1000 km Buenos Aires. Some of the most celebrated drivers, including Carroll Shelby and Juan Manuel Fangio, have sat behind the wheel of this Ferrari and helped it win multiple racing victories. Naturally, this mid-century Ferrari 410 Sport Spider is a valuable piece of automotive history. It's also part of designer Sergio Scaglietti's legacy, as he helped build and design the car's coachwork. For perspective, the 1955 Ferrari 410 Sport Spider is pricier than the world's most expensive McLaren supercars. Number 7. 1964 Ferrari 275 GTBC Speciale, $26.4 million. When it comes to valuable vintage and antique Ferraris, it's almost impossible not to mention Sergio Scaglietti. This Italian designer helped design the iconic look of several Ferrari competition cars, including the 1964 Ferrari 275 GTBC Speciale. This Ferrari is superbly rare and exceptionally stylish, looking like a cross between a classic race car and a luxurious consumer-friendly sports car. One of only 3 identical vehicles, the first ever 1964 Ferrari 275 GTBC Speciale fetched a jaw-dropping price when it sold for $26.4 million in 2014. Considering this car's high-performance components and uniqueness, this high price isn't entirely surprising. Still, the 275 GTBC Speciale isn't the costliest Scaglietti-designed Ferrari ever sold. Number 6. 1967 Ferrari 275 GTB4 Esnart Spider, $27.5 million. Several of the most expensive Ferraris of all time are rare antiques that have enjoyed decades of high-quality maintenance and restoration work. A fully restored version of this classic car, once owned by a North Carolinian driver named Eddie Smith Sr., sold for a hefty $27.5 million when it went to auction in 2013. That's hardly surprising considering the vehicle's rarity, V12 engine, and Scaglietti design. It's stunningly beautiful, capable of reaching competition speeds, and comfortable enough for everyday cruising. Notably, the Narc Spider was the most technologically advanced Ferrari when it was released in 1967. Number 5. 1956 Ferrari 290mm by Scaglietti, $28.05 million. As soon as you lay eyes on the 1956 Ferrari 290mm by Scaglietti, you know it was built for speed. With a streamlined body and driver's side only partial windshield, this competition car is a striking example of Ferrari's mid-century engineering and design excellence. It's also a Scaglietti-designed vehicle, making it inherently valuable and historically significant. When you add this car's racing history into the mix, you only come away with more reasons to fall in love. After all, this Ferrari was once driven by famed competition driver Juan Manuel Fangio. It was built to compete with Germany's event-winning Mercedes-Benz vehicles with a V12 engine that helped it reach eye-watering speeds. Engineered by two of Ferrari's most celebrated innovators, Vittorio Giano and Andrea Ferschetti, the 290mm helped Ferrari rank first at the 1956 World Sports Car Championship. Number 4. 1957 Ferrari 335 Sport by Scaglietti, $35.95 million. Ferrari sports cars have a reputation for being some of the fastest hot rods in the world. This reputation didn't come from out of the blue. Instead, it was carefully curated by decades of competition wins. Take the 1957 Ferrari 335 Sport by Scaglietti. This competition car won the 1958 Cuba Grand Prix and competed in a laundry list of other mid-century racing events. Without it, Ferrari might have never been able to engineer its most infamous vehicle, the 250 GTO. With coachwork by Sergio Scaglietti and Enzo Ferrari's personal approval, the 335 Sport is a drivable work of art. For this reason, it's bound to fetch high prices at auction. In fact, one of these cars sold for $35.95 million in 2016. This record-setting price makes the 1957 Ferrari 335 Sport by Scaglietti the most valuable mid-century Ferrari on the planet. Number 3. 1962 Ferrari 250 GTO Berlinetta, $38.11 million. There's no question about it, the Ferrari 250 GTO is the most valuable model ever produced by the Italian automaker. Initially created in 1962, Ferrari continued production of this vehicle until 1964. But its earliest versions tend to sell for the biggest bucks, including the 1962-63 Ferrari 250 GTO Berlinetta. This competition car elevated the Ferrari name to new levels, competing in a litany of racing events throughout the early 1960s. Only 31 1962-63 Ferrari 250 GTO vehicles exist today. One in particular sold for $38.11 million at a Bonhams auction in 2014. Once owned by Joe Schlesser, a French Formula One driver, this unique 250 GTO competed in the 1962 Tour de France automobile. Number 2, 1962 Ferrari 250 GTO by Scaglietti, $48.4 million. 1962 was a big year for Ferrari. This was the year the Italian automaker released the 250 GTO, a competition car that continually sells for incredible prices at auction nowadays. With an aerodynamic body designed by Sergio Scaglietti, this early version of the 250 GTO set a new precedent within the racing competition scene. It's almost impossible to overstate this vehicle's importance, as its competition wins are so numerous and drivers so beloved that you could fill an entire book with them. But because Ferrari only built 36 of these striking race cars, they're incredibly rare nowadays. We're talking about the 250 GTO that ranked first in class at multiple Targa Florio events in the early 1960s, won the 1962 Italian GT Championship, and earned more than a dozen wins throughout its time as a competition car. Number 1. 1963 Ferrari 250 GTO, $70 million. The most expensive Ferrari is the 1963 Ferrari 250 GTO. In 2018, one of these rare Ferraris sold for $70 million. Purchased by David McNeil, an American entrepreneur with a net worth of about $1 billion, the 1963 Ferrari 250 GTO held the title for the most expensive car in the world until May 2022. It's so exclusive and valuable that the few fortunate few own one are invited to participate in 250 GTO Tour events in some of the most luxurious locations throughout Europe. So essentially, the price of this rare Ferrari comes with additional perks that continue for as long as you own the vehicle. With a V12 engine that propels it to speeds of up to 174 miles per hour, the 1963 Ferrari 250 GT was one of the fastest and most impressive competition cars of its time. Thank you guys for watching. If you want more videos like this, make sure to like the video and hit subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video.